Hi, this is Graphically Alex coming at you with all things fat related. If that's something that interests you, please subscribe. I love to have you. Today, I wanted to go ahead and cover this topic because I've had a lot of movement in the romantic era or area of my life very recently. I am just, I'm almost confused by it. Like, honestly, I know that that sounds really weird, but I'm legitimately confused or a little bit perplexed. Um, I guess for me, it's similar to when I became visible and when like visibility became a factor again in August, and I was like, what the, it's kind of happening now where I all of a sudden basically am a lot more noticed romantically. Like I said, I've said it many times, so I don't think it's necessarily like I'm in the boyfriend zone or anything like that. But it is very much like hookup zone central. People trying to hit me up a lot more. And even sometimes people like getting weird if I don't answer or, talking up to me in a way. Like, and I'm just like, oh, wow. Like, I haven't had this, I don't even know when this has happened. I think it did a long time ago when I was bigger. I had like a little bit of a moment like that in 2022. I call it my big, uh, when I was like a huge girly pop and I was like very fat, but I looked prettier because I was healthier. And it was during that time that I had like this one guy when I went to Cali. I went to Cali that year too. And this one guy, he was like really tripping about, like, he was like 24. It was he was cute, but he was like, would you be interested in meeting up? And I didn't answer fast enough. And he just like freaked and like deleted the message, like blocked me or like whatever. And I haven't had things like that happen in forever. And I had that happen to me again a couple of days ago where it was like that whole like super nervousness in guys and that kind of thing. And I mean, I think it's probably just the beginning. I don't know. Like, honestly, I'm keeping more of like a humble approach. Like, I don't feel like I'm like really there kind of thing. But I felt that way when I became more visible too. I didn't feel like I was there either. So I don't know. I guess like my brain is just so not like used to change or like used to, I don't know. I don't know if it's that I just notice it all of a sudden or that other people just notice me all of a sudden. But I feel like it happened both times. Like I feel like it happened in August and I feel like it's happening now, but in like a more romantic way. Um, so I don't know if that happened to you guys where it was like literally like a light switch. Like I feel like for me, it's literally been a light switch the past like few days. And I'm gonna have to get used to it because I'm like really rusty. I'm like super like used to just like, I don't know, not getting any attention at all or not. I don't know. It's weird. It's really weird. I want to go ahead and read this though. Sorry. I just had to like rant for a while because that's why I'm doing this video because I am kind of like a little shocked. I don't want to be like too humble braggy about it. I just want to document it. Okay, like it has occurred. I'm probably going to have to do a video talking about it, like a dedicated health video, but I want to wait on that and see what happens. But, anyways, let's go ahead and talk about this. Former overweight people, did your dating options or type of person you attracted improve after you lost weight? So for me, I would say it as I got healthier, it went up. And then as I lost weight, I got to mid fat and it went way down, like super far down to the bottom. Like I was basically just, I don't even like, not at all. That's all I can say. It went to like 0. And then now all of a sudden it just came back and I'm like, so I don't know. So for me, it's definitely was like, went up, then way down, then went up again. And I think it's still, it's probably, I don't know. I don't even know. It's just still happening. So I have to figure it out. I'm not used to this, as you can tell. I'm not. I'm really rusty now. And I'm like, I haven't really talked to guys in forever. So it's kind of weird, but it's okay. I'm gonna survive. Okay, like I'm just kidding. It's not that bad. But it's more of an introvert cringe moment more than anything. It's not like, oh gosh, like I don't even know like how to handle this or I'm gonna die. It's not like I'm gonna die. It's just like you can tell I'm socially R word. Okay? Okay, let's continue. Pretty much what the title asks, when you got down to your ideal weight or started to lose weight, did your dating/romantic options improve? Did the type of people you attracted improve? I would say at this point, yes. I'm getting a lot less like people who are married, people who are, trying to keep me a secret and this kind of stuff. Like I was really in that zone when I was mid-fat. That was like all I got was like secret, guys that already have someone else, that kind of stuff, like really trying to be on the DL and like all these kinds of things. That's what I would get. And that has now changed. So I would say definitely it has improved because that was pretty scarring. Like I was having guys that were married to women and stuff, like weird stuff. I never did anything like that because I don't believe in that, obviously for a lot of different reasons. But that was like all I got, and now like people are actually single. So I would say yes. It has. Did you finally manage to attract your type? Okay, see, this is weird to me. I have attracted my type before. I've attracted my type at least twice. At least twice. And then I still had guys that I was attracted to me, but I was a hot mess, and it's just like a huge issue, you know? The guy that I recently liked, he said that I wasn't his type. So I guess that's not a thing, I guess that one wasn't a thing. But yeah, I already have before, but I guess since I've lost weight, I guess I haven't, And now I would say for the most part, no. I'm not super attracted back to most people. But I don't know, it's just average guys, kind of thing. But it's just started, so I'm probably doing this too early, but anyways, whatever. Or do you still attract pretty much the same type of people as before? Or is there more to this than just body size or shape? I think health is a major thing. Like, I think even weighing less, I didn't look as healthy a couple months ago. And I think that really makes a huge difference. So I'm going to call this like a post-morbid glow that I'm currently going through. And I would say it's more so health, or like a lot of it has to do with health. I will see what happens as I continue. I will let you guys know. I will let you know. But I would say I don't attract the same people. I don't. But there is one guy that just hit me up tonight that's really cute. But yeah, I don't know. They are different types of people, for sure. I feel like before, a lot of the people I would attract were probably guys who are like, kind of like, I don't know how to say it. This is such a weird video. You guys are just gonna have to deal with it. I'm weird. I feel like a lot of the guys I attracted were kind of like Captain Save-A-Ho energy. You know, I think because I was like always in distress and like that kind of stuff, or like guys who were probably into me being really big and that kind of stuff. But it was very like unequal. So I feel like when I was super morbidly obese, most of the time that guys talked to me, it was this view of like they're above me and therefore they take care of me. And I feel like now it's equal. So that's really different. That's a drastic difference. Like with the people that have come in now, they're just people that are like, they're not viewing me like that. They're not really viewing me as a project. They're not viewing me as like Save-A-Ho bait, you know, or anything. It's just like, I want to get off. And that's it, kind of thing. You know, it's like, it's more about them than like them helping me or something. And I feel like it was more like that before, which is not a big deal, but it's a lot of compliments. It's a lot of this kind of stuff. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know how to deal. I'm not trying to be like extra, but I am extra. So I'm sorry if this video is really cringy, but I just am trying to show you guys how this feels, at least for me, as introvert cringe. Because I am just so Poindexter. And I try to just be nice and gracious and just be like, thank you and da 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 and like this kind of stuff. Because I'm just trying to be like appreciative, you know? Like I don't want to be like one of those people that's like, who cares about your compliment? Like I don't want to be like that, and I don't want to be like offended by a compliment. So I'm just trying to like get used to it and like kind of get back into the flow and like try to reach this new dynamic and like read it and understand it. So it's very weird. Honestly, this is a very weird moment in this journey. Oh gosh, all I can tell you guys is when you lose a huge amount of weight, you really have to be prepared for constant change. Constant. Anyways, just asking out of interest because I've gone from a UK size 8 to a 16 or 18 over the past 7 years, and the only types of guys I seem to attract are the types I'm not at all attracted to. I'm not going to say what type as I don't want to offend anyone, and we all have different types. I'm planning on making steps to lose this weight. I'm F attracted to M, by the way, if that helps. Edit, thought it might help to say, if I do say my type, long-haired indie rocker types, I've never seen this type of man with a bigger girl, so I've lost hope. Aw. The type of person I'm attracted to didn't change, but the type of people who are attracted to me has expanded vastly. Interesting. I wouldn't say it's vast at this point. I would just say it's a lot. It's different. Sorry, I'm like still kind of dumbfounded, honestly. I don't really know. I don't even know how to talk about it. The attention I got from the opposite gender skyrocketed to the extent that it was borderline irksome. But then again, I lost around 100 pounds. I've lost 130. It's drastic. And I look drastically different at my lowest weight. There was also a remarkable difference in my confidence and personality, so that was an additional factor. I don't know how much of my personality is coming across online, like on an app. So I wouldn't say it's necessarily that, but I think it's just, I look healthier for sure. I was mostly taken aback with what I wanted. Back when I was overweight, I wanted to lose weight, become conventionally attractive, and be with an attractive person. When I lost weight, however, I realized that I just didn't care what the other person looked like. My type changed overnight. I just wanted to be with someone who was kind and loving. And my current partner is exactly that. My weight has yo-yoed since we got together, and I'm amazed at how he looks at me in the same way, irrespective of what my weight is. He loves me fiercely on days I don't love myself, and whenever my weight spikes and I want to lose it, I do it for myself. Okay, I don't know if I'm like that kind of girly pop. Like, I wouldn't say I don't care about looks. I do, but I think I'm really confused. I think I'm just confused right now. Honestly, to my core, again, I don't do well when my social dynamics change, and that's happening. And I feel like I have to start over. I hate that feeling. I hate it. It was the same thing like when I became noticeable in August again, and I was like, ugh. Like, luckily this is just one area of life, but it is an important area. So I don't know. Ugh, gosh, I'm gonna have to talk to Eric a lot. I'm gonna just have to talk to him all the time and be like, what do I do? I don't know what to do. I need advice. I need gay dating advice. If you guys are out there, let me know something. I don't know. Tell me something. Uh, I'm confused. Okay. I've noticed a huge difference in how men treat me since I lost the weight. What's especially interesting is the acquaintances who haven't seen me in a while who suddenly show more interest than they ever have. I'm gratefully in a relationship with someone who knew me at both sizes and has always been attracted to me, but I really don't miss the dating scene. Online dating is inherently shallow, though, and in my opinion, the best ones are the ones you meet IRL. Yeah, I would say too, what I notice is like people, they will message me repeatedly. People will follow up like next day, things like that. Like, I'm not really used to that. I'm going to be honest. And that might be sad, but I'm not used to it. Okay. Went from 340 to 180, and my dating pool increased from 0 to more than I had time for. That's just the reality of it. A healthy BMI doesn't guarantee entry into dating, but it can absolutely deny it. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know how tall this person is, but 340, it's giving mid-fat vibes. For me, it was anyway. That's basically when I entered into mid-fat at my height. I'm 6'1", so it all went down fast, precipitously. Around that time. That was right around the time I got done too, so I always talk about it. I'm still salty a little bit. I'm just salty. I don't miss the person. I'm just salty that I'm single. I'm salty. I'm a salty single. A healthy BMI does. I know that I'm not supposed to say that. I feel like, okay, I'm going to say this is really gay, but I feel like so many times when you talk about things online and you talk about being single, you're supposed to be like, oh my God, it's amazing and I love it. And I just can't. I don't like it. So I really don't. I never have. But I'm also not like super desperate or whatever. And I'm confused. So I don't see it changing anytime soon. But I don't like it. So I'm just going to put that out there. I'm just going to be the one to say it. I feel like a lot of people don't say that. I definitely I definitely get more looks and attention now compared to when I was obese. It feels great, to be honest, and I don't hold a grudge against the same people who would look the other way before, as I myself wouldn't look twice at me. Yeah, I don't want to hold a grudge. I don't want to be that way at all. I just don't. I feel like I'm more likely to have like a Chappell Roan moment and be like have a breakdown about getting too much attention, which I know is horrible and super cringy. But I feel like that's more likely to happen rather than straight up bitterness. I don't feel like right now it's handleable. But if it continues, then I might snap at some point. Like, it might get to me after a while. But for now, I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm appreciative. It's like water in the desert, you know? It's like, I appreciate it right now, but I don't know in the months to come if that will shift. So we'll have to see. We're all in this together. We're on this road together. Dusted Oceans. Gosh, I kind of like that username. That username is a vibe. Male 29 and gay. I say this as a word of caution to anyone that losing weight is amazing and good for your self-esteem and health, but it won't fix your image issues or sense of self-worth. Oof. Well, yeah, that goes back to toxic ritualistic. So you have to deal with that mental aspect. If you don't, you're at risk to regain. I'm going to always say that. I've had 100% better success now than when I was 80 pounds heavier. This is a mixed bag. Losing weight made me feel more attractive, but it didn't make my image issues go away like magic or solve my problems. Lots of men who would have never talked to me started to try, and it's backhanded because you're still the same person you were when you were heavier. Men who had passed me up on dating apps were matching with me, and I knew they hadn't given me the time of day at my heaviest. Basically, it makes it easier and your options improve because you're outwardly more healthy and attractive, but it doesn't mean you magically will find love or that your life will change in an instant. Do it for you and to love yourself. If it helps with dating, it's a plus. Yeah, I think for me, I feel like a lot of people, ooh, gosh, this mic is like tripping. You guys have to remember, I'm introvert cringe, okay? Like, I'm very introverted. And so for me, I do not, at this stage in my life, and honestly, since I was probably like at least 26, it's been a minute, I have never been like on an app or something and like been trying to get attention for my self-esteem or something like that. Like, I've never based, like, for such a long time, like not since I first started trying on apps or something, did I feel that way. Like, I haven't tried to get self-esteem from attention from guys. Like, I was sad when I didn't have any. Trust me, I was. But I didn't feel worthless because of it, if that makes any sense. So for me, it's not really like oh, now I'm a worthy person because men are talking to me. It isn't like that. So for me, I don't feel that bitterness. I just don't know what to do. That's my problem. I don't know what to do. Yes, I went from fat to eventually down to 9-ish% body fat, and I was attracting a totally different level of attractive women. It was the closest thing I've gotten to having women throw themselves at me. I went from over 300 pounds to a little under 200 and spent plenty of time building muscle. So yes, the increased popularity was definitely a part of it. There are guys that prefer all types, including you at your current weight, but if you get leaner, then you'll be pursued by more guys. Good luck. Okay. I agree. I can agree. I'm not even like at goal or anything, and it's happening, so I definitely agree. Female here, lost 80 pounds, but it never happened to me. I get as much male attention as before, which is almost zero. Oh, I'm sorry. I attribute this to social anxiety and low confidence levels, though. I'm not that ugly, haha. I'm not bothered by it since I'm happily married. But if someone had, well, if you're married, then I don't get it. But if someone had asked me about it before the weight loss, I wouldn't have expected this outcome. Okay, interesting. You can't force someone to like you or be attracted to you. That being said, losing weight does attract a lot more people. I noticed it firsthand, especially when my brother was at his peak. But looks isn't everything, so let's say your type dresses well, has good hygiene, is self-confident, is happy, and is into fitness, chances are they will look for similar. The way you present yourself to the world will impact your dating life way more than whatever the scale tells you. Interesting. I don't know. I don't know if I agree with this. I do think that weight is kind of part of how you present yourself. So I think just based, with my experience of like the highs and lows literally dependent on my weight, I can't agree with this. I'm sorry. I just can't. Um, because I was more attractive at my biggest than I was at mid-fat. And then I'm more attractive now than I was at mid-fat. So the weight has fluctuated and I've seen it go up and down. So I don't agree with that. I don't think there's a cut and dry answer, to be honest. When I was 160, I met some douchebags, including one I'm convinced was a sociopath. When I was 250, I met my good boyfriend. I also think a face has a lot to do with how you look. Some people's faces really do look amazing when they lose excess weight. Others aren't a big improvement, and some unfortunately may look slightly worse. So this can change results too. Yeah, probably. Yes, my girlfriend right now is so out of my league. When I was 100 pounds larger. Now that I'm where I'm at, she's still out of my league, but I managed to luck out. That's cute. I used to attract no one. Maybe once in a while. Girl, period. I totally feel you. That is like my mid-fat experience. I will never forget August 2023. I will never forget that time. Oh my Lord. It was a pride swallowing siege. That's all I can say. It was like, wow. Wow. Like I told you guys, I am not somebody that's like, oh, I get my self-esteem from attention from men. I'm not like that at all. But when you have zero, I used to attract no one. When you have that, it stings. At least a little. It's rough. Maybe once in a while someone seemed interested, but I couldn't handle it. Who would want fat me? Now I guess I'm kind of hot. All I attract are assholes who want to get me in bed after lying to me about being seriously interested in me as a person. The dating scene is so fake right now. Oh gosh. Eric always tells me, just because you have more options doesn't mean you have more good options. It's true. For me, I'm not sure it's because I lost the weight, but because I'm not sure it's because I lost the weight, but because I started being more active. I go boxing every week, or I run 4 to 5 times a week. I also went through the death of a parent, and so I have a newfound desire to live a healthy lifestyle. Therefore, my ideal partner would be someone I can go for a walk or run with, someone active, someone that loves swimming at the beach, someone who takes care of themselves and also wants to live a long and healthy life. I think the available pool of men that would seriously date me got a lot larger for pretty much the same reasons as above. I wouldn't date my male previous version of myself now either. I don't want to be with a couch potato that only eats junk. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I can see that. I am a lot more active too than I used to be. Drastically more active. Drastically more active. So, I don't know. I think the thing too, I had this like shadow of death around me throughout most of this year. And I feel like it just kind of lifted. Oh my gosh, I keep swinging this mic. I feel like it kind of lifted, and I feel like that changed a bit. I don't know. Maybe like on a spiritual level. I don't know, you guys. It's weird. I still don't get it, but whatever. Okay. I'm a hush. This video is weird. I know it's weird. Anyways, honestly, I found the caliber of men I attracted decreased when I lost weight. Okay, I had this at first. Like maybe the guys were more physically attractive. Oh, okay, never mind. They're talking about like, oh, you know, da-da-da. Okay. Like maybe the guys were more physically attractive, but a lot of them just wanted to get in my pants and had zero interest in me as a person. They're also weirdly aggressive. One stalked me for a while. It was creepy. I had the most luck when I was overweight, but in a cute, chubby kind of way. The guys I attracted then were still pretty cute and didn't just view me as an aesthetically pleasing sheath for their, you know what. I think that that's interesting. I find that interesting because I know like when you get to a certain point, you're a lot more objectified, and I've seen it in other people. And I don't know how I would go. Like, I don't know how that would go over with me, I can tell you. Because I don't know. I guess I just don't know. I don't know. I'm not at that point. I don't think that's happening now. I've only lost 30 pounds, about 10 more to go for my ideal weight. And this past week, I've noticed a big shift. Random male strangers coming into the office seem surprised to see me behind the desk and make awkward comments. The guys I see on a normal basis start complimenting me more and hanging out in the office more than normal. No matter how much I emotionally prepare myself for it, I'm never quite ready for the increase in attention. At my thinnest, I once had a bunch of men I didn't know line up to pay me compliments. Just 40 pounds heavier, I'm invisible. Very interesting. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting how many people say like different things where they're like, it doesn't matter or it totally matters. I am more in the it totally matters category, personally, just because I've had the rise and fall. Um, I can't speak to being thin per se, but I will say that I feel like the thinner I get, the more men flirt with me personally. What I will say is that I feel that people are attracted to confidence a lot of the time. I've never had too much of an issue dating, even when I was closer to 250 pounds. The better I have felt about myself throughout my life, the more people I've attracted. Generally, these people are better quality too. I would say, I don't know. I don't know where my confidence is right now. And it has changed. But I don't know. Because I don't feel that confident. I don't. So I don't know. The one thing I've noticed is that I feel like the guys I attract are generally for a couple of reasons. One, I have a large chest, and I feel like a lot of men are willing to overlook being fat if you have a nice rack. I've been told I come off as confident, secure in myself, and open. I think that helps. Okay, potentially because I'm bigger, but meet the conventional beauty standard. They think I will be easier to pull because they think that less guys will be going for me because of my body, especially if my body is less of a deal breaker for them. Okay, interesting. I think the dating pool expands the less overweight or obese you are, the quantity of potential matches increases. That doesn't necessarily mean the quality of matches will improve. Yes, I agree with this. I guess statistically, you're more likely to find a good match because the overall pool is larger, but there are overweight or obese people who find love every day and plenty of normal weight people who are single. I would say just lose the weight, do it for your health. Any dating benefits is a nice bonus. I agree. Male went from 370 to 185, and yes, my options got way better. Unfortunately, weight loss was partially responsible for my divorce. Ooh. Ooh. But since I got out, I kind of have my pick of the litter. However, I wonder how much of it is confidence. I'm way more confident than when I was big, and that helps. I'm also way more open to partners and such. That probably does make a huge difference when you're dating women, the confidence factor. That said, the type of person I attracted did change. I get far more traditionally attractive people who chat me up and flirt with me. And to make you feel better, I'm not your type, but I'm into bigger girls. I have a wonderful chubby partner now and love her to death. Oh my gosh, that's funny. I don't know. Like, I told you guys, like, I'm in public a lot. Like, I go out all the time. And I went to the gym. I had to go to a different gym, like I told you guys at the beginning. And somebody, like, recognized me and was like, did you used to do such and such or da da da? And I was like, yes. And he was like, how much have you lost? And it was just like this younger guy. And I was like, I don't think he was gay or anything. I think he was just like curious about like how much weight I had lost. Because when you go to the gym, people are like very into fitnessy stuff. So I had to drop the 130 number. And he was like, wow. He's like, da da da, you know. Telling y'all, I'm known out here. I'm known in Derry, Alabama, okay? I'm just kidding. No, but it is a trip. Like, I actually do get those comments somewhat often. So it is a trip. And that was a trip to have that at the gym because I didn't remember the person that asked. I was like, I don't recognize this person, but I was like, okay. So I don't know. I'm telling you, it's crazy. I make sure I go out because I want to see it in person too. Because I don't want to just be a cringy online activist. Like, so I try to like observe in public as well. And that just happened. I think that happened a couple days ago. So I'm just saying, I have noticed there is a different attitude of me toward me at the gym that I have noticed as well. Taken a little bit more seriously, I guess. Just slightly, very, very tiny. But yeah, interesting. Anyways, my type are usually chubby nerds with relatively high social intelligence and a craving for analytical and creative conversation. Wow, that is very specific. I did attract more of them when I was at my thinnest, but some of the ones I attracted when thinner were more effed up about body image and not people who were ultimately good for me. Oof. I don't know. I don't know how I would describe my type. I like charismatic guys. I really do. Because I'm so not extroverted. So I love an extrovert. I really do. That's probably what I would say. I like charismatic. Mm-hmm. The Riz is everything for me. It's everything. When I was overweight, I got with my BF, who is also overweight. I'm 125 now, and I would probably have more options, but I still would pick my BF if I did it all over. Met my first husband, who is obese. While I was at my thinnest, I guess I have a type. Oh my gosh. Interesting. I don't know, you guys. Let me see if I want to read any other ones. Plenty other factors. Okay. I guess I'm done reading this. Let's see what this person says. Significantly each time. Although ironically, there's a weird period where I tend to get a bit more attention before I get much more and don't realize it. Like I still talk to people the same, interact the same, but suddenly an interaction ends in a date and eventually a relationship, whereas it may not have done prior. So the irony is, by the time I notice women seem to change how they look at me and how much more receptive they are, I'm usually already in a relationship with someone who I guess didn't have as quite as high standards in appearance. But there were definitely periods where women I'd normally consider out of my league were suddenly paying attention to me. But more attractive people have more success dating. That's just how it is. I feel like there's some people that kind of notice beforehand and they try to like get you before. I feel like that happens. So maybe she's just quick. She's got a quickness. Okay, when I was smaller, I'd gotten a lot of attention. Of course, I was younger and didn't understand toxic people and have been in sketchy relationships because of it. So generally, I attracted my type and other types. Now that I've lived a few years at my heaviest, I notice that I am not respected. I get treated as if I'm stupid. Oof. I don't consider myself smarter than anyone, but I am educated. Yeah, that happened to me too. It's true. I digress. What I would consider my type has changed towards green flags and less so much with looks. I still get various toxic men who only see me as an object or easy target. The biggest thing I've struggled with is the difference in how people talk to me or address me. When I was smaller, a lot of people told me that I looked intimidating. I never understood why, other than chronic resting bitch face. But now I don't get that comment. Stereotyping happens, and I have experienced it firsthand. But I do have a wonderful relationship now, and one who doesn't care so much about superficiality or the size of my waist. They do exist. Interesting. I don't know. What do you guys think about it? Definitely let me know your guys' stories. I am just totally perplexed. totally perplexed right now. I'm confused. But I'm sure I will revisit this topic later. But thank you guys so much for listening. I will talk to you guys again soon. Have a good rest of your day, night, etc. Peace.